Hey, it's Marcel from HPA Motorsports, and I'm super proud and excited to introduce you to Taylor's 1999 Audi TT. The task was simple: take this family-owned vehicle and convert it into a reliable 400 horsepower canyon carving beast. Of course, after 34 years, the DNA at HPA is all VR6. Out came the 1.8T and the 5-speed, in went the 3.2 and the 6-speed. On the backside, however, instead of the EFR Black Series with the 8374, we went with the 7670. This is from our FT 470 and 450 kits. This car's not living in an area where big, long, high-speed stretches are the mandate. We wanted something that had insane throttle response and drive off the corners, so when Taylor's out there carving the canyons, he really has a car that's dynamic under his belt. Originally badged from the factory as Quattro, it was truly hiding a 4Motion. The 4Motion suffered from understeer. The Quattro, being a mechanical setup, didn't have that problem. With our tuned Haldex, with the KWV3s divorcing the attitude front to back, we've been able to instigate rotation into this chassis, make it feel more like a Quattro. We have great mechanical deacceleration on throttle lift and instant acceleration on all four wheels on throttle input. Couple that with our big brake kit front and back, Taylor, you're going to enjoy this canyon carving monster, and I can't wait to see the look on your face when we hit that throttle the first time. So what I'm most excited about for the owner, Taylor, this has been a family-owned car since new. It was his parents' car, one owner group, low kilometers, local, and he acquired it, bought it from them because it had good sentimental value. Now, I couldn't imagine being a young man at the time and having one of these come off the showroom floor when there was it's basically a launch model. Being a 99 in North America, as an early adopter of the platform. It was a 1.8T, was a 5-speed, but was a 4Motion car. So it was worth hanging on to and doing something special with. And special it is. He's going to get in this car, and he wanted to explore the options of modifying the 1.8T. And like I said, the no longer available, no longer in stock NLS and NLA parts are going to plague the little 1.8 turbo motors far greater than they did the VR6. With the VR6, you can pretty much substitute a lot of the components as you need or fab them as we do with our turbo packages. So pulling that little 4-cylinder heart out in favor of this V6 was the only sensible track to get this reliable power. And today he drives some big Audis, SQ8s, and heavy hitting hardware. So this will be right at home in that power to weight ratio. But the TT, these early TTs, give you something that only an R32 could match. Here in the steering wheel, I'm getting such positive feedback. I'm getting just the right amount of pavement feel to know that I'm on the hairy edge of these Michelin's grip, to know where to push it and where not to. I think I'm into traffic again. Anyway, he lives in a part of our province up here in BC that's all twisty roads, tight canyon, shorelines. So we picked the EFR, the 7670 package, because this turbo just hits instantly. You touch it and you're gone. There's no need to do a big 200-mile-an-hour run with this car. We didn't build it for that. The suspension has been set up, with KW's V3 foundation. You have that luxury to decouple the attitude of the front axle and the back, and it's absolutely critical on the 4Motion. When this TT first came out, the badge of the Quattro, of course, we all know it's a 4Motion, and the 4Motion was configured from the manufacturer as a helper system, meaning it's predominantly front-wheel drive, gets rear-wheel drive when there's slip. Every time you lift a throttle, it would push in a corner. Every time you accelerated off the apex of a corner, it would be front-wheel drive, so you always had understeer. With a adjustable compression and rebound independent of one another on the damper itself, I can do phenomenal work, but when I can split the rear and the front and give more compression back there to instigate rotation, keep the rebound tight to keep the back end stable under high-speed braking, and then manage the front comfort, I can really set up a dynamic chassis for Taylor. And we got a little bit too much on-road traffic here right now to showcase it, but it's very predictable. We've had the car's back end step out here already on this drive, on will and on demand. That was what's key. So I'm really excited that he's going to get a totally different driving experience when he gets behind the wheel. right, so look, final note on this little chat before I go for a bit of a drive. If you've got one of these, we'll call them vintage performance cars, and you're interested in punching it to its next level, you can give us a jingle. We're entering our 35th year next year, which gives us enough depth and experience to understand what it's going to take to shepherd you through to your vision and your final goal. But they're worth investing in. I don't think they're better built, better engineered cars than these original Mark IVs as they try to reshape the future trajectory of the group and the brand. Look forward to taking your calls, and hopefully you enjoy some of the video of this thing driving around.